Hi Bhavana, how are you?
Hello, ma'am. I'm good.
Okay. So today basically the thing that we are going to discuss about, which I'm really excited to discuss about, that is the topic is conscious detoxification. Right? Let me give you a brief introduction about what we are going to talk about. As the word is coming in the topic, detoxification and conscious, like conscious detoxification. So let's first talk about what are those toxifications which I'm talking about, which we need to consciously detoxify. So, toxification simply what I mean by toxification is like many people out there who are we like living with, who are we spending our day with. You might also agree with me that they are somewhere very much confused. They are somewhere very much frustrated with what they are doing, with what they are means the people they are living with. So they are somewhere getting frustrated, irritated, they're confused about their careers, they're making wrong decisions, right? So we can also connect it with the language that we are here for learning, that is English. Like many people are there who are so much used to fossilization. What do I mean by fossilization? That they commit the same mistakes, they keep committing the same mistakes despite knowing that that is not the right thing to speak. Like they commit some grammatical errors, like I am go, I was went. These are the things which you as a student might also observe in the students. So first of all, let me just ask you, do you agree with this thing that yeah, we are living with such kind of toxifications in our life?
Yes, ma'am. I definitely do agree with this because I also see people having these kind of toxification in their life, like wasting their time unnecessarily. So yes, I do agree with that.
Right. So what do you think are these elements which are making us have such kind of toxifications in our life? Why don't we have like that consciousness that we are doing such things? What are those elements that we are adopting to make our mind toxified?
Like first, I think the reason is behind having these kind of toxification is that we don't know what we really want. Like we do something as people are doing. People from whom we are surrounded by, we see them doing like various things, and without we without especially if I talk about myself, I used to be like don't using my head properly and doing or pursuing what people are doing around me. So I've been through, and for a long time I was also having the toxic elements, like watching like movies continuously, like binge watch, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, like going with people with whom I don't even really like to be with. Like I go with my friends to whom I say that they are my friends, but
Right.
uh, internally I know that even I don't behave like a friend, and they also don't behave like a real friend. So even though that we don't like I don't like to being with them, but I go with that. I used to go actually. Nowadays
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing these kind of things anymore, but I used to go with them and mooch around like unnecessarily, just because that I want to have some like people around me, just because of that. So
Right.
that happened
So
with me also.
sometimes, as you mentioned, that we might be very much afraid of being left alone, right? That is making us adopt such kind of habits that yes, we have to be with people, we have to be more social towards people without a clarity of purpose, right? So means we all agree that yeah, such kind of things are happening around us. People are there. Means basically the outcome of detoxification, sorry, the toxification. The outcomes of toxifications are shown in the way of confusions, in the way of frustration. They don't know why they are sad, they don't know why they are shouting, they regret after talking about in a certain way, talking to someone in a certain way, and then they regret that I shouldn't have spoken such words to that person. Even in the family they are not having good relationships. So what do you think is basically making us a stop to consciously observe that we are having such kind of toxifications and we need to detoxify them? Consciously we need to detoxify them. What do you think are the reasons we are not consciously noticing such things?
Uh, as per me, like if I see in myself, um, or if I see like people around me, they're just doing something, like they want to have something in their life, but they're doing unnecessary things. Like they have some important things in their life which were to do, but they're not giving it a thought that no, I have to focus on the important things I'm having. Because there are like some things like they are surrounded by many such kind of people who are being like that only, that
Hmm.
being in unconscious and not thinking about themselves, just doing what others are doing. So in that thing, and we are just unnecessarily rushing uh, behind something. Like we want to have the happiness, but we don't know how to have that happiness. So we do many things, many trivial things we do, and in doing that, we forget about the important things we are having. And the one of important thing we are having are relations, which we take for granted. Like we want to be with our friends, like outside, we want to be with them and like go around and have fun. But like people we are having at our home, like our family, like friends can also be our family, and we take them for granted that no, they are not going anywhere, and I can like for some time I can like take them like they are here, and I can
Hmm.
focus on something other I'm having, which can be go away from my life. So that also makes us not focusing on the important thing, and not uh, doing good at our relation. And end of the day, we want to have the good relationships only, and when we don't have that, we get dissatisfied with ourselves. So that's
Exactly.
also might be
But we
the
don't
reason.
address that dissatisfaction, I feel. We try to like name it as something else. So as you mentioned that we are always rushing into something, we always want to keep doing something, right? We always want to be into something, we always want to keep ourselves occupied. Do you think these kind of rush means this kind of rush is only making the person like toxified from within? And if we look at the solution, if we think of the solution, that time basically we can only name it as one thing, that is clarity of purpose. If we know what we are doing and we know why we are doing it, that time I think that's what is going to make us detoxify the toxified elements that we are having in our mind. And that is basically the conscious detoxification, as we mentioned the topic as, because unconsciously we are toxifying our mind, so then we need to be conscious enough to detoxify those elements which we are having in our mind. Right. So, what do you think about the clarity of purpose? Because I think that is the ultimate solution. If everybody thinks of the reason that they are doing things, why they are doing this, if they know that which direction they are going in, because we are all in a rush, as you mentioned, I totally agree with that. That we are all in a rush. We always want to keep doing something. We don't want to sit idle. We don't want to talk with ourselves. The self talk that we say, that is very precious, that's something which is very important, which is very crucial, which we need to have with ourselves if we really want to know where we are leading towards life. So in that case, what do you think about the clarity of purpose or clarity of doing anything, which whatever we are doing, even if we are talking right now, we know that we are looking for a purpose here, right? We are, first of all, our purpose is obviously to improve our English, right? I'm helping you improve your English, and then you will be speaking your thoughts. Basically, why are we learning English? English is a language, and why do we need it? We need it to convey our thoughts. So whatever thoughts we have in our mind, we are basically trying about that, means we are just taking a topic to talk about, and in that, whatever thoughts you're having, you're expressing using the language English. So this is the first purpose that we need to means here, the conversation that we are doing, that is the first purpose of this conversation. The another thing which is getting satisfied here is the ultimate thoughts. What do we think about life? Means why? Because we all agree that yeah, such kind of things are happening with us, we are dissatisfied, we don't know what the reason is. So I think, what do you think about the clarity of purpose? Even if somebody who is very much clear with the purpose of learning language, learning English, that time he's very much we can say he very much into English, means he understands everything keenly, he practices well. That's what I have observed in the students. Those people who know that what do they have to do after learning English, they go through the journey very smoothly, they learn very precisely. But those students who don't come with a purpose, They don't know why they are learning English. They would somehow become dull during the journey. They want to learn. I won't say that they don't want to learn. They quit on the purpose, but they don't know the ultimate reason why they are doing this. So, what do you think about this?
Ma'am, like the purpose you're talking about, uh, it is must to have the clear picture of it, that for what we are looking, like whatever I'm going to pursue, whatever I want to do in my life, even if it is a career or uh, I'm talking about anything, like some basic things also. So if we don't know the purpose, like where will we be after going through the process, then we won't be able to be like productive while in the process. That happens with me also. Like I pursued CA. I chose CA for myself, and that time I chose CA because I didn't have any other dream in my head, and my teacher suggested me that no, you are the person who studies well, and who can give more time to your studies. You're capable to be CA. So I chose CA for myself, and I pursued it for 2 years. Like I was giving like my 100%. I completed my foundation, and I was doing good in my intermediate also. But before
Hmm.
exams, like in lockdown also, I used to think that I am self motivated. That no, I really want to be CA, but that was not really, like it was just my aura. Like when I used to go to coaching classes, there were so many people, students around me, who
Basically, you
used
were
to.
influenced. Can we say that? Yeah.
Yes, 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 at that time I was
Right.
that so I just dropped out the sea in between only. So
Hmm.
I think, and I also see like one of my friends also did this thing. So they pursued something, and then they left it. Then they pursued something else. Then also they dropped it. So I've seen many people's, and I have seen this thing in myself as well. And but right now I'm not that able to say that how can we get the clarity. Like I am little I need more knowledge to say that. I think
Right,
right
right,
now
right.
I'm not that capable.
Okay. So basically, as we discussed that, yes, clarity is something which we all need at every stage of our life. If we don't have the clarity, that time we are supposed to lose a lot of time. We are supposed to lose a lot of energy. We might be losing some relations in that process because we don't know what we are doing, where we are leading. So we don't want to take anyone with us because we even don't know where we are going. So we don't want to at least, spoil other things. And basically, in this journey, we spoil a lot of things. We waste a lot of things. So clarity of purpose is ultimate the thing which is going to help us if we really want to succeed in our life.
Okay, so ma'am, I want to know from you that have you ever felt the same, like doing something like unconsciously, and
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
knowing that.
I think everybody faces it at some point of their life, and I have faced it for a longer period of time, I would say, because I have wasted so many years finding pleasure, finding happiness in temporary pleasure, that I would say. I used to, as you mentioned, that yeah, we sometimes hang out with people who we don't even like. Right. So the same thing used to be with me because I was afraid of being left alone. I was so much conscious about fitting in the environment, but I then knew that no, this is not where I belong to. I need to find out something real, because the thing that I was living was very much fragmented, was very much fabricated. Means it's completely the thing, that thing which we don't really want to be in, because it's not the ultimate thing, it's not the real thing. Means I mention it, I like mentioning it as real, because when you find something real, you would realize that yes, we have been wasting our time into something which was so much fragmented. So even I used to do that, like partying with friends, hanging out with friends, just seeking temporary pleasure. And I think once you realize that yes, you have been wasting your time in that, and all those practices basically you're doing by not being mindful. So mindfulness, I think, is the key that we need to have in our life if we really want to make our life worthwhile. And that's what I started doing, that's what I started practicing. Then I was very much sensible enough, then I became very much sensible enough, and I'm still trying to do that. Maybe I'm not completely into it, but yeah, I'm very much at a better pace than I was. That's what I would say. So that's what I would consider as my progress in life. So I have done that. Mindfulness is the thing that I think we should be following in our life. So, as it is said by Gautam Buddha, that mindfulness is something which we need to follow in our life. Like basically, we need to be where we are. We need to consciously see what we are doing, and we need to stop thinking about other things which we are not into right now. I'm not able to place that exact quote, but that was the crux of that quote, I would say. So, I think mindfulness is something which is very much needed in today's era to make us do the conscious detoxification, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct, correct, correct. So
And
it was a,
like
yeah, please.
it was the nice conversation we had today. Like it was like knowledgeable, and I also was able to say what I had in myself. So thank you so much for that. And yes, I
It is
felt good.
right. It is absolutely alike, and it is always enlightening to talk about such topics. So we'll keep coming with such kind of topics which can make us feel enlightened about life as well as we are learning English. Okay, Bhavna.
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll talk about it some other day, and it was really
Yes, ma'am.
nice. Thank you so much for coming
Thanks
here.
to you,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you so much.